welcome back to the next part of the Toyota Automobile Museum tour. This is coming up to the 3rd floor. Again, this is a 3-story building, and as you can see here on the 2nd floor, and in the previous video I covered and walked through that floor. Again, this floor is pretty massive as well, so I'm going to go through and head to the left because that's the kind of the timeline they want you to go into by decade and generation. Instead of just starting off the video with my generic how's it going, blah blah blah, so like and subscribe, just please like and subscribe. The Toyota Crown. This is going into the 1950s. Different various vehicles here. It's the Cadillac Eldorado. One of my favorite vehicles here on this floor is right here. This is the Toyota Land Cruiser of 1957. Absolute awesome thing to see. Flying feather. Got this little guy here. Fuji cabin. Back then I wasn't sure what they're thinking, but it looks like a one-eyed fish to me. Yeah. This is the Daihatsu Midget. Similar to Thailand tuk-tuk, but way nicer. Here is actually, yeah, I'll go down the road, I'll come back around. This is the Isuzu Hillman. Have the Hino Renault, or Renault depending on your country's accent. Subaru 360. I believe if you played Gran Turismo, you had to drive one of these for a driving test. If my memory serves me correct. These cars are super cool to see. Don't ever all see the variety in all in one place unless it's a private collection. But this is done by Toyota, commemorating all of automotive history, which is really nice. It's a really respectful thing to do. Again, a lot of OEs don't do that kind of stuff. The model UP10, Toyota Corona. Some of these cars like this, Nissan Bluebird, they are in original spec. You can see some of the wear and tear. Like this one is in a museum. It's in a museum, but I wouldn't say it's a museum showpiece. There's a lot of little scratches and stuff. So this thing was probably a driver back in its heyday. Some of the chrome trim on the other side have little dings and dents on it, just wear and tear on the car. But overall, I mean, it's awesome to see something like this still in the condition it's in. Let's get over here. Have a 66 Toyota Corolla. Have a Datsun Sunny B10, Mazda Familia Model SSA, Citroen DS19, very interesting design. Volvo PV544. Morris Minor. This right here is the BMW Isetta. I believe this is the same, not this car, but this model car. It was used in the TV show, if you grew up in my era, Family Matters. This was Steve Urkel's car, from what I remember. But yeah, pretty cool thing. The door, if you didn't know, obviously when I touch the car, the door opens from the front. So it's a very interesting design. Cool, but not very practical, and it is a 3-wheeled car, so if you take the turn too fast, you could tip the car over. This right here, when I came up here earlier, I just, oddly to say, I was admiring it for a minute. This is a Messerschmitt KR200. It is a flexi dome, so super interesting. It's a 2-seater, or if you have 2 small kids, 3-seater. Not safe at all, obviously, from those generation of cars. This is the Citroen 2CV Type A. Very interesting design on the hood and the fenders. It has the design on it, and here is a Volkswagen Type 1. I'm gonna go ahead and get down there and continue the video. So just to reference you, that was the 50s, and this rolls into the 60s in this part of the gallery, and it comes into here where you have different years, but 60s cars more or less. Mazda Carol, the Suzuki, it's in here. Honda N360, Datsun Fairlady. This is really cool. I've only seen a couple of these in my life, so, and this one is pretty pristine. I still think this is the original paint, possibly, the way it's painted, or the painter's really good at just making it look like orange peel. Honda S500 Model A. This is the Daihatsu, what is it? Compagno Spider Model F40K. We have a BMW 1500. Quite large for a car in that era, for what is considered compact. Lotus Elite. And then really cool. And these two are considered the crown jewels of this floor, and both Toyotas, obviously. This Toyota Sports 800. And then obviously the 2000 GT. These are worth an insane amount of money nowadays. They're very rare and scarce. And obviously Toyota has a couple in their collection that they keep for museum and display purposes, but you can't. Very cool. Suzu Bellet. Have the Jaguar E-Type Roadster. If you play Gran Turismo, this car should look familiar too. I have a 64 Ford Mustang. Nissan Silvia. Mazda Cosmo. Fairly, Toyota Celica, night heater. Mitsubishi Colt Galant GTO, which is pretty cool. Suzu 117 Coupe. I'll get over there in a second. It's the Fiat Nova 500L. This right here is one of the highlights that I liked up here, is the Ferrari 5112 BV. Renault 5. Volkswagen Golf. These are going up in value from what I've seen also. Mazda Familia Model BV. This right here is really cool. Have the Audi Quattro.